Greetings everyone and welcome back to the channel where today we're going to be checking out Node Farm, a delightful little farming sim roguelike with automation. It's a weird combination of genres, but trust me when I say if you enjoy a light level of automation, not like coding level or really having to do deep dive and worrying about ratios and things like that, where it's a bit more of a relaxed experience, but you also kind of like a chill farming kind of vibe, this may be a game to put on your radar. It is currently available on Steam in demo form with a planned release date of Q4. It is by Byron. I'm assuming that that's how you enunciate the name, but today we're just gonna dive straight in and see what this is about. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and click on play. Alright, so in a little way from what I've seen of the game, it has almost like a mob factory vibe in an odd sort of turn of events. But we start off with farming. We can farm corn. We can get water that, honestly, to me, that doesn't look like a well. It looks like a tea bag being lowered into a cup, but I guess that's just the way my brain is wired. We've got a little tiny island. Also kind of got a little bit of a forager vibe as well in an odd way. But we've got a little island with a tiny little bit of water over here. Now, we are going to want to try and hook up our units to start producing some money for us, and then taking that down to the market. We've also got our money bag on that, and I can click on that in order to get some cash out of it. There we go. Right, well, let's pop down a farmer tile. There is an element of incremental to this in that as you place something down, you notice how the cost of it is increasing quite rapidly. There we go. Now, I'm going to want to bring in some water. If we have a look at the farmer, harvest directly connected veggies. It can harvest only one at once without buffs. You can connect farmers in a group so that they pass water and veggies easier between themselves, which is why I put them in a line like this. Now, we want some veggies for them to collect. Corn grows into corn if supplied with water, connected to the farmer and supplied with water from the well. Can only grow on the grass island. Some islands, from what I have seen in screenshots, will have modifiers. It looks like this one is completely basic. So we'll go ahead and we'll place these down, and each one of these farmers will hopefully be able to send some water over. I want a little bit more cash, thank you very much. Right, next up, we're going to place down a well. Produces water. The water travels on all blue or white connections. You can connect wells in a group so they pass water easier. Can be placed only on water. Click to speed it up. Oh, is that something I can do with farmers as well? Can I? Oh, yeah, I can click to speed it. Can I click on that? No. So if you notice the little progress bar there, I can click on it to make it go even faster, though it looks like I'm pausing it. I'm just assuming that it's moving so fast that it's kind of like when a wheel starts spinning so fast, it looks like it's going backwards. Let's get all of that gold. It looks like we can also click on this one as well. Right, let's bring along water. Does it tell me anything about how much water it's bringing? I'm not sure, but let's connect those up. So water should now start moving. 1 water, 2 water. Okay, so it's producing one at a time. So how about we connect these up in sequence like so? Can I put one down there? Oh, so sad. I believe there is a view, though, show connections. So I can see that there are actually connections under each of these. So I can see how the resources are moving around. Now, the resources are not going anywhere, and that is because we need to send them to market. Converts veggies into gold. Veggie price depends on the veggie market, if available. You can also sell your dishes here if there is a requester for them. Okay, fair enough. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure we're going to find out. Right, so let's go ahead and pop down a little bit of a veggie connector down there, and tunk. And now, our precious veggies should go to the market. Also, we've got some bags of gold on the ground there. Who needs to grow veggies and sell them at the market when your farm just grows money bags? I don't understand. But now, this is where the roguelike and possible automation elements come in. We're going to buy an island. So we've got a couple of options. We've got carrots, we've got pumpkins, we've got potatoes. Carrots are a grass island, so I think that would mean we could grow corn on it. It's got a huge amount of water there. So the modifiers increases the harvest of this vegetable in particular. Carrots will grow particularly well here. We would get the ability to place salt on this island and sand on this island. New node recipes. We would get carrot seeds. We would also get the veggie bridge. Same as the veggie road, but much more costly and ignores connection collisions. So I guess you can't have 2 separate lines crossing over. Also storage throughput. Buff. All storage is in range. Send more resources at once. Useful when you produce veggies fast. Cannot transport any resource itself. Okay. Multi-clicker. Click it to click all connected farmers and wells. It has to regen for a moment after each click, and we've also got the water bridge. So that's actually quite nice. But now that one makes a lot of sense because I'd be able to grow corn and carrots on here, and carrots would get a buff. But let's have a look at the other islands because they're going to be very, very... Wow, this is huge. This one will be able to grow pumpkins. Let's have a look at this. Grows pumpkins. It can only be grown on the autumn island. All right, salt and sand also here. We'd get the water bridge. We would also get the farm faster. It's a buff. All farmers in range work faster. Cannot transport any resources. So, or we'd also get the storage throughput, and we'd also get the veggie bridge. Okay, so no automation as yet, but this one's a kind of an interesting one. Let's have a look at what I can only assume is potatoes, yes, and again salt and sand. We would get the multi-clicker. We'd get the storage throughput. We would get the portable well. Same as the well, but more costly. Can be placed anywhere and cannot be clicked. Okay. Well. I think I'm really actually quite tempted to go for the pumpkins, but I think we're going to go for carrots instead. And then we'll build a multi-clicker. All right, well, let's go ahead and buy this. Donk. Oh, this is huge. And now I get to choose where I place it. I'm going to try and scooch it in there as close as I can. Or I could put it over here and have all the water kind of close to each other. That might work even better because then the water can connect. You won't be able to change it later. Oh, okay, fair enough. We'll lock that in place. Now, we've got a couple new things. Notice how that market, the cost increase on the market is astronomical. We're not going to want to play around with that. We do actually have... Oh, okay. Has this completely unlocked new? Looks like it has. Storage throughput, fast storage, road switch, filter gate, and price switch. Blocks the passage depending on the veggie market price. Okay, so we are getting into some of the automation. It is very, very random what kind of tools you're going to be offered. And honestly, that's one of the things I actually quite enjoy in any particular automation game is when you have to unlock the functions of automation as part of the process of getting through the game. Right, so I guess we could just afford to set up a separate field over here, but honestly we could, since this one isn't giving me any particular buff to corn, I could just as well have the corn growing over here. You know what? I kind of like that. So give me a moment just to move that all across. Okay, here we are. Now, I am more or less rebuilding what we had before, but you'll notice I've got 2 rows of farms and I've doubled up the amount of wells that we have. Now, if I hook these up like so, then I can feed the water down. Though technically, I guess the farmers can actually all be put together. I don't really have any reason not to. So, actually, thinking about this a little bit differently, let's go ahead and move these around. There we go. We don't have any kind of farmer buff, so if we do something like this, they should share the connection underneath, much like the wells do. Also, what on earth are you? You are a cat. Place him on the boss island to get a bonus money after finishing the boss, sometimes spawned on special events. You can't have more than a number of islands. Okay. Doesn't look like I can do anything in particular with you. Oh, I can just grab you with shift. There we go. But let's get back to our plant growing. So we want corn on the upside over here, and we want carrot on the downside over here. There we go. Now, we should be seeing everything getting everything it needs. Now, this is where some of the automation is going to come in. Now, when we hook up the veggie line over here, it's going to be just pretty much everything. In fact, we could even throw in some storages. I kind of like the idea of throwing in some storages, actually. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to move you over there. Let's pop down some storage because we might not always want to sell something, and I will show you why in a moment. Specifically, let's pop down 2. Can I draw a connection between you two? I can. There we are. We should see carrots and corn going down. Now, do they spread between them? No, they might. Is there a connection? There is a connection, so I can only assume that they will actually move around. Let's keep all the cats together. They can be all friendly over there. Right, what we're going to want then is a filter gate. I am going to specifically want to filter out the produce that we're producing over here. I'm going to want 1 filter gate there, 1 filter gate down here. Closed for... Actually, I want it open for 1 of vegetables... What can we have? Other things, dishes. Okay. Are there okay, it might only be showing us what it is. All. No. We want corn to go to the top, and we want carrots to go to the bottom. There we are. I would like a little veggie root between them. Okay, maybe I'll move these around just a wee bit. There we go. And connect that up there. Connect this up here. Connect that up there. If we have a look underneath, there we go. So now only corn is going that side, only carrots going this side. But I do believe there was a price switch. Blocks the passage depending on the veggie market price. So let's go ahead. Well, you know what? Let me drag these out just a teeny tiny bit, so it's a little bit more clear what I'm doing. There we go. I want this to block. Right. From time to time, vegetable prices will change. Maximum price on the market depends on the number of unlocked vegetables. Okay, so it looks like 2. Can I have greater than or equal? Yes, I can. What are the operations? Okay, that's pretty cool. You know what? Greater or equal to 2 seems fine for now. That'll be the corn price, and down here we want it to be the carrot price. There we are. And as you can see, that one is currently open. And then finally, we just want this in the middle. There we go. We should see that we are sending corn down there because we're getting the best price. In 7 seconds, it's going to change over. Fantastic. We're our first little bit of optimization that is, or rather automation, that is optimizing the price. And now carrots are the ones going to be sold. Now, I wonder if this allows stuff through if it's already been sent. That would be the test there, I suppose. We are producing exactly as much water as we need right now, but I would like to be producing a bit more than that to make sure that we're always saturating the demand. You know, that's getting very expensive to place down now, though. How are we doing for... We've actually filled that side up. Okay, cancel. And what about this side? Starting to fill it up. How about we save up to put down some storage throughput? I would like it if we could empty these storages a bit better. So, all storages in range send more resources at once. And this one, all storages in range send veggies much faster. Cannot transport any... Okay, well, is it literally just plonk this down? It looks like it might be. There we go. Oh, yeah, we're seeing that 2 carrots are now moving at a time. That is perfect. Okay, so we're making money even faster. Now we should be seeing 2 corn leaving. Yep, 2 corn is on its way. Alright, not too bad. Now we've got to save up quite a lot for the next island, which is going to take me a little while. Could I increase that even further, or could I put down a speed as well? There we go. And yeah, it looks like it's actually the cooldown is now much faster. Let's increase that even further. And then we'll put down another throughput, and hopefully we're going to be seeing these things emptying out very fast. Yeah, there we go. That one's emptying out nice and quickly. All right, making money. But let's check out the auto clicker. Connected farms. All right. Can I... Well, that's a very different kind of connection. All right. Does this have a maximum range? I do not know. Same for water, I should imagine. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get all of these hooked up. And then we shall click. Yeah, there we go. Can I just keep doing that? As long as the cooldown comes off, then yes, I can. Alright, well, I'm not seeing an enormous use to this just yet, but, I mean, it is definitely helping, but just not in a big way. We'll see if that becomes more important later on. Actually, ooh, can I move these away? What is the range on that? Okay, so these can be incredibly close. Is it still affecting it? How about if I just move it outside of this one? That one is it not? If I move it into just range of 1, will that one start sending 2? Okay, so this definitely needs to be in range. The connection part doesn't matter. All right, good to know. We are learning. I'm going to go ahead and place this down, though, so we can empty them out even faster, because it literally comes down to how fast we can make the money. And on that note, I could probably afford to get some more actual farms on the go as well. Yeah, I think that would be very wise. I'm still noticing that we're not getting enough water down here. Though I'm not entirely sure that's because we don't have enough water on the move. I think it might be a case that they only request water when there is a need for it. They don't kind of prepare ahead of time, knowing that they're about to be out of water on one of the farms. So there's going to be a little bit of lag going on at all times, which is a bit of a shame. And welcome back to a slightly updated farm. Now, before anyone worries that I didn't understand that I was grossly over-preparing over here, I was building for the future. The idea with this is that whilst we don't need this kind of throughput now, maybe eventually we will, maybe eventually we won't. Either way, it gave me time to go and make myself a cup of tea, because the fact that I was seeing tea bags over here, that told me that I didn't have enough tea right now. In fact, my teacup was empty just before I started recording. A bad move on my part, but this gave me an excuse to go and spend a couple of minutes brewing a cuppa. But now we are back and the island is ready to go. We have expanded out our farms to 5 of each. We've got 2 kittens as well. Right, let's have a look at what is up next. Ooh, right, okay, we've got a couple of options. The Boss Island. Hungry Island. Blocks buying new islands whilst this island is not satisfied with carrot puree. Okay. Eats provided veggies over time. Make sure to feed him fast enough. So carrot puree is a dish sensor, produces signal depending on the current special offer, can be connected to logic nodes like road switches or gates to control the flow. We've got the farm faster. All farmers in range work faster, cannot transport any resources. And farm more. Ooh. Buff all farmers in range, harvest much more veggies, cannot transport. Ooh, that's an interesting one. We've also got the OR gate, positive output if at least one input is positive. We could re-roll it as well. Let's have a look over here. We've got boiled corn. That would give us the farm more node with the auto clicker. Speeds up in-range multi-clicker cooldown and triggers them if they're ready. Oh, now that one might be quite nice. So we'd get boiled corn. We'd still get the farm more, but we'd get a NOR gate. Negate signal on input. Multiple inputs are ORed first. And then finally, we've got the same thing again, but just different modifiers. This one would give us more connections. All farmers in range can work with one or more vegetable node at the same time. Oh, now that one is that different then than this? Oh, I see. This is just going to increase the amount, but this one would allow them to each have more vegetable connections. Or perhaps I could just have one row of farmers doing both of these. Now that one's quite an interesting one. Buff all farmers in range to work faster. This will give me an equal gate. Positive output if all inputs are the same. One-way road allows passage only in one direction. These are all interesting, but I'm feeling that I'm liking this one more. The NOR gate. OR gate is just a way of me testing for a truthy value. In a way, a NOR gate is as well, but it gives me a little bit more flexibility. Also, I quite like this. The farm more node, the only thing that's really making me wonder is this one, because it might allow me to just decrease the amount of farmers I've got quite significantly, actually. Farm faster. This giving us more output is also quite nice. But I think we're going to go with the boiled corn. So let's go ahead and buy this one. Tonk. Where are we going to connect it? I don't know. I guess we'll pop it over here if I can. Just about. Tonk. Right there. You know what? Just in case that doesn't... I know. I'm being finicky. But just in case it overlaps permanently, that would slowly drive me mad. Right. Well, first, we're going to pop the kittens on the Boss Island, though that does sound like a bad thing, but apparently it's not. All right, auto clicker. Can I place that in range? Does this automatically work? Speeds up in-range multi-clickers. Can I connect it? There we go. All right. I wonder if I could just build more of these. You know what? Why not? Oh, can I draw a connection? There we are. Oh, that is fantastic. Okay, I like that a lot. Now, having a look down here, we've got the logic cable, a logic switch, a dish sensor. We've got a NOR gate. We also have a kitchen. Produces specific dish if provided with all ingredients from the selected recipe. Remember to prepare ingredients correctly using processing nodes. order of processing doesn't matter. Can I even... Oh, I don't have enough money for it. Boiling. All resources that go through are boiled, used to process foods according to the kitchen recipe. So I'm going to need to see that first. Okay, let's pop this down and see what this requires. All right, boiled corn. I need to add salt, water, and corn to a pot. 10 salt, 50 water, and 30 corn to a pot. Okay, we'll save that recipe. Do I need a separate pot for each one? That is another important question. I also have the salt. Okay, well, let's go ahead and prep this. I could probably have them just connected like that, but I think I would rather have a connection go properly across like so. So, with that then, we're also going to want salt. How fast does this produce salt? Can I not place it here? Cannot place it here. Oh, I can only place it on this island. Oh. Okay, well that's a... Can I move these around a little bit? I might be able to. You know what? I could probably just bring the material across. Let's place some salt there. How fast do you produce? Doesn't strictly tell me. Okay. Do we have stats or anything like over here? No, it doesn't give me output stats. All right, well that's fine. So the next thing I'm going to want to do then is add in the farm faster nodes. Let's try and get as many nodes covered at once. I can't cover them all. That's fine. I'll place down 2. This will allow them to do their job just a wee bit faster. And I will absolutely put in another one as well, because if nothing else, we're making more money this way as well, which I'm A-okay with. It's not the best situation. Maybe I should carve these down and just have more of these so that they affect all of them at once. It might actually be a reasonable thing to do. Right, well, we are going to want to move items around. Can I just connect it? Oh, I can. Oh, I can cross a body of water. That's very useful. Okay, all it needs is the salt has to just pass through this in order to move on. We're producing salt at a fairly slow rate though, so I'm going to increase that. Hopefully these can all connect up to one another. There we go. That should speed things along. Do I want to just bring water from over here? It might actually be possible, thinking about it. Though I could, of course, just produce the water here as well. But it's not going to get the bonus from the auto-clicker. And I kind of want that bonus, if I'm honest. So let's just hook these up. Make sure that the connections aren't going... Oh, no. Is that necessarily wrong? I don't know. Let's try. Can I just remove that connect? There we go. The water now has to go that way. Look, I like things being nice and neat and tidy, okay? Everything has its place, and everything should be in its place. Okay, and that's now water all hooked up. So all that remains now is to connect up the corn that we're going to need. But for this one, I think we're going to need a little bit of automation. Okay, this one's going to be a fairly easy one. It's going to be a very manual setup for now because I don't really have any way of checking whether this still needs to get fed. So we're simply going to have a switch. Switch is going to be down here. In fact, I'm going to set this switch up in both locations. So we're going to delete these connections there. I'm going to have a little switch. Oops, sorry, my bad there. We're going to have a little switch here. I'm also going to have a little switch there. These can move along like so. And I can turn this one off if I want to. So, right now, I'm going to allow things to go through on either side, but it'll still be blocked by this. But for the time being, since I want corn specifically up here, I'm going to turn this road off, so it doesn't matter even if it's being requested. It's just going to wait, and it won't sell carrots in that instance. It'll wait until I'm getting the best price for the carrots, which is exactly what I would like. So instead, we're going to allow corn to move up in this direction. So that should now start making our resources. All that remains then is for us to connect this up. Can it reach? No, it cannot. Storage throughput. No, that isn't the one we want. I'm guessing transport only vegetables and cooking resources. That would do, I think, maybe. Let's see if that works. Will that allow things through, or do I need something else for that one? Let's have a gander. Hopefully this will work. And Is that going to produce? Yep, there we go. And on its way. Okay, so what did that do for us? It has got 1 of 15. Ah, is this when it eats? So I need to produce these nodes a little bit faster than it can fill this up. Okay, that should be fine. What are we waiting on then? What's the hold up? It's the water and definitely the salt. Okay, then we drastically need to increase our salt. If only I was streaming this, it would be easy. Twitch chat is always salty. Okay, at the moment, it looks like our recipe the corn is instantly delivered. The salt takes a little bit more time, but it gets fulfilled about the same time as the water gets there. So I'm not going to try and increase that anymore. We don't need to increase it anymore anyway, because this is slowly catching up. I'm going to continue grabbing cash. We've got an absolute oodles of cash available to us at the moment, so I suppose I could just continue to upgrade some things around the area. There we go. We'll get the auto clicker going a little bit more frequently, and we'll also continue to upgrade how much our farmers are gathering vegetables. The middle ones are getting the lion's share out of this, of course, but that's fine. Okay, I think this is the last one we need. Boom. Okay, we got a stupid amount of money. Oh, wow, okay, I feel a bit bad about spending the 2 grand I did earlier. That island cost has gone up a lot. Okay, special offer. Let's pause this for a second, though. Currently, we need bread. Sorry, it looks like bread. We need boiled corn. Very well. Now, I don't always want to send this through, so I am going to want to set up a dish set. Can I store? Can these only store veggies? Yeah, they only store veggies. So realistically, I'm going to need to only allow us to make this when I want it. But I do believe we have a dish sensor. Specifically, I wanted one that had that. Dish sensor produces a signal depending on the current special offer. Can be connected to logic nodes like roads, switches, or gates to control the flow. Okay, let's pop that down. Obviously, well, actually, let's just double check. So that's 30 corn with the maximum price of 20. Okay, well, no, that's fine. This is way many times more effective for the corn. So with that, I'm going to want to check this out. Signal if. I'm going to want to shut that down if that's the case. So this is where the NOR gate comes in. And that is kind of why I picked this one up. Now, it'll reverse the inputs, and if there are multiple inputs, it'll OR them. I don't need it to reverse that. I just want this. So I want to see if that current dish is there, that should shut this down. Now, if I were to turn that on, would it shut it down? No, it doesn't. Oh, there we go. I just needed to move it around. It looks like it's very sensitive to the direction. Anything coming from that side is an input. Anything coming from this side and of the middle is an output. There we go. Sorry for that. That took a little bit to do. But now that I've got a dish waiting to be prepared, it will block this signal. No matter what. It looks like we're about to lose that dish, sadly. However, I want this signal to only be accessible when this dish is ready. So let's add in another logic. Another road. There we go. We want the road switch. Let's pop you right about there. Connect these up like so. This should allow that because this dish is currently requested. And at that point, we are more or less golden. We will just go ahead and sell this. If it's requested, then it can be sold. But we should see that switch over. There we go. And now if corn is the correct... Oh. Huh, interesting. Am I selling the salt? No, but all of the ingredients that were on the way instantly went down there. Huh. Very curious. Either way, this is now basically just waiting for the corn. So hopefully that is now fully automated and will do what we need it to do. We'll of course have to see. I'm not a super fan of the way this is all hooked up, but it's doing the job for the time being. Are there any other options for automation that we could go for? I don't think so, other than increasing how frequently we click over there. But one thing I can do is make this a hell of a lot faster once again. It's expensive to do, and it's going to slow me down, but I've
kind of tempted to.
Okay, our new offer is about to come in. Let's see. I assume it can only request corn. There we are. And that has locked this gate. Now the produce is moving up into here. We should see this very quickly produce its produce. There we are. Water's along the way. Salt is coming down. Let's make sure that we can actually get some more salt in. That's why I've moved some things around. And once that has happened, unfortunately, once that occurs, we're allowing corn through. Okay, we don't want that to happen. Can I filter based on... Let's have a look. Dishes. Yes, I can. Okay. So, given that, we want to make sure that I'm not just wasting the corn right now, because it might not even be a good sale item, to be fair. So let's move that up. Connect this up through there. There we are. Now, it should only allow corn to pass through. Also, the kittens are playing in the water. Or they were. They're not doing it anymore. They don't like swimming when someone's watching. Fair enough. Alright, as for the salt, we need a lot more. Okay, we've now got a new island available. Currently, the special offer is doing its thing. Honestly, this is actually taking less and less time in order to save up even ridiculous amounts of money. And what I'm doing in the times that I have a bit of downtime, I'm just moving things around until they look a bit nice. It's brilliant. The game is giving me downtime so I can prettify my factory. If all factory games did this, I'd be a happy, happy person. Now, let's have a look. We've got another grass island. Oh, what's this? This is a desert island, and this produces olives. Water production is down. Market performance. Okay, that's much worse. We've got the price sensor, produces a signal. Depending on the veggie market pricing, can be connected to logic nodes like roads. We've already got that. An AND gate. Got a multi-click faster buff. Lowest cooldowns with all multi-clicks in range. Cannot transfer that. We've already got that too. That's a bit of an interesting one. Yeah, no. Oh, no, those are auto multi-click. This is purely a buff. Is this that different to what we've currently got then? Connected to the farmer and supply farmer. No, wait, let's have a look. Price sensor. Can be connected to logic nodes like road switches or gates to control the flow. Oh, these do not. These are in the road. I see. This makes a lot more sense. I can use this in a larger logic chain, I should imagine. Faster wells. Buffs all wells in range. Produces water much faster. I mean, that's potentially a useful one. We've got Cucumber plus plus. Cucumber plus plus, okay. Farmer performance. All farmers work slower on this island. Ooh, that would not be great then. We can get sand, we can get wells, cucumber seeds, one-way roads, portable wells. We've got the price sensor and we've got the equal gate. I think it's probably going to be this one, even though I've already got that. Auto-click faster. All auto-clickers in range work faster. I mean, that would be fine. Veggie placement. You can place any veggies. This modifier works on the island. Oh. On the islands placed west from this island. Huh. Now that's an interesting one. That could allow us to make a super island. And this one also gives us an AND gate. It's not a terrible buy. Though, the multi-click faster is a bit more of an interesting one to me, I'm going to be honest. And I kind of like olives, so there is a big part of me that wants to go for that. But we're going to stick with the grass. Sure, now this one, on the islands placed west from this island. Okay, buy this for 6k. Now, if I placed it here, would that mean all islands west or only one island west? That is an important one. If I put it here, would this also... it would be lovely if this would just kind of affect them. Like, it would show me which islands were under the effect. That would be a fantastic little quality of life add on there. I'm obviously going to want to grow the cucumbers on this island because it's just got a big buff. So I'll go ahead and I'll pop it down here for now. Tunk. Yeah, I won't change it later. Now, has that... Oh, yeah, it has affected it. Okay, good. So we know that at least partially it works. I guess the best thing I could have done is just a little bit over, just so I could see if this island was affected at all. Well. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Right, faster wells. How much of a range does this thing have? It's got a decent enough range. I could hit all of the wells here, and I could do that on both sides. Might not be a bad choice. Let's do that. I'm going... well... I could do that, I suppose. Can I place it there? I could. But no, I think we're going to instead get a little bit of a return on investment on these wells. There we go. That's fine by me. I'm going to have to hook this one back up, though. And then we'll place this over here. Let's try and just maximize the amount of wells that they're hitting. Of course, I could do something similar that I've done down here. That might not be a terrible idea. We've also got the auto-click faster, but all auto-clickers in range work faster. So, sure. Let's just have a couple of these just right there. Why not? Let's get those clicks happening all the time. There we go. Now that's pretty much always ready to go. Right, down here we've got the AND gate. Not going to need that one for right now. We want to set up cucumbers. Oh, okay. So cucumbers have been added to the market now. That's good. Obviously, it's something we want. So we're going to go ahead and set up the filter over here. Much the same, but this one is going to be for cucumbers specifically. There we go. And save. Hook that up. Going to want to pop a little road down there just so I can disable it if I want to. And prices should be cucumbers. Do I want to go for the 2.5? Or if it's at 2 or more, I'm okay with it. Let's say that. Right now I'm stockpiling everything, which is... they're all honestly going to run out of room very quickly. The only saving grace is that occasionally the corn gets sent over there. Right, give me a few moments to set up our cucumber farm, but unfortunately they're not going to be able to work with those ones. I guess corn could also grow down here anyway, but we'll just make a farm for cucumbers. Now, this is why I left it at just 2 or greater. Currently, I'm able to sell both corn and cucumbers. I'm getting a bit of a better deal on the cucumbers, but not by that much. So right now, I'm actually happy enough to sell at that price. I've had to expand my storage, though, because frankly, we were really getting clogged there, unfortunately. But we are getting things on the move. All of my storages are affected by all of the buffs over here. Honestly, that is the most expensive thing to setting up a second production area, is the cost of duplicating the modifier effects. These go up in price so radically quickly. It is really quite painful, that one. So that is why I'm trying to have everything run through this central processing area for my cargo, because I don't want to have to bear the brunt of having to duplicate that again. Even just doing this is fantastically expensive. And we've got a long ways to go before we get to the next island. So, well, at the very least, it gives me an opportunity to maybe get some more cats. And if you don't think I'm going to do this, boom, there we go. It's done. Are we ever going to make that money back before we've finished the demo? I don't care. It looks pretty, and that's why I did it. Okay, there we go. We've expanded everything out. Currently, we are selling cucumbers specifically. I have slightly adjusted just to make a bit of a faster sale. I'm now willing to sell it as long as it's above 1 at the moment, because I was noticing quite often that was happening, and I honestly, just making the money is fine. We're producing corn, carrot, and cucumbers now at around about the same pace, because corn wasn't getting a modifier on either island. I just went ahead and added an area down here. I haven't quite mirrored this setup from the top, especially regarding the wells and the auto-clickers, but for the time being, things are going relatively well. All right, let's go ahead and buy our next island, another boss island. We can go for carrot puree. We'll get the equals gate, the node switch, enables, disables connected non-logic nodes depending on their provided logic signal. Okay, so that's kind of like these ones then. We've got the multi-click faster. We've kind of... yeah, I don't think we need that. The airport. Connect all airport nodes with the same number. Veggies can fly between airports with the same port number. Oh, now that one could potentially be very useful. If I could send all veggies down to a central processing unit and then send them out again, that would actually kind of be amazing. Let's have a look at you. We've got pickled cucumber. one-way road, more connections. All farmers in range can work with one more vegetable node at the same time. That would certainly reduce the cost of the farmers, but I'm not really sure that we actually need that at this point. Finally, we'd get the same thing, but a multi-clicker clicker. Clicks all connected multi-clicker nodes at once. It has to regen for a moment after... Okay, definitely don't need that one. I think of all of them, this one might be the most useful. We've got an equal gate there, nothing particularly good there, or an OR gate over here. Yeah, I mean, that is nice, but we're not adding any new produce here, so I'm kind of favoring not doing that. I don't think it's strictly necessary. That being said, no, carrots over here, cucumbers over here. I would still need 2 separate islands to get the most out of it, so I think it's going to be carrot puree. All right, let's go ahead and buy this one then, and we will plonk you down over here, since it will be nice and easy for me to deal with. We've got 3 kittens to pop on this island. Let's get you in position. Now then, is this going to be harder than last time? At a glance, I would say it is. Right, how do we make all of these things? So we've got our airport, we've got multi-click faster, we've got the auto-click faster, which is these, and then the multi-click faster, which is that. Lowest cooldown of all multi-clickers in range. I mean, it's not strictly necessary for us, if I'm perfectly honest. We've now got the AND gate and the node switch. Not sure we're going to be going for that. Oh, mixing and cutting. Haha. Right, well, can I have multiple recipes? I don't think no, I probably can't. So, we're going to have a new... Oh, carrots is going to be very far away, though. You know what? I'm really getting more tempted to have a central processing unit and then just deliver everything over it. But let's have a look at how much this is going to cost and what we're going to need to do. Ooh. Alright. I could probably have everything go through the boiling. The carrots then need to go through an additional step of cutting. But everything else then... carrots need to be cut first, diced. Then everything needs to be boiled and mixed. Or mixed and boiled. It doesn't really matter. It specifically says that the order isn't important. Alright. Well, I'm absolutely certain that we're going to need to move things around, so it's airport time. They're expensive, but they're probably going to be worth it. Okay, then. I've done the lion's share of the moving around. This actually took me a little while to do. Currently, we are not flying the vegetables down here because, oh my god, the increase in cost is just ruinous. So... all veggies are flowing down here. They should flow through the farms and out the other side. I haven't confirmed that yet, so I might need to run a separate belt down here, I guess, for the corn, if needs be, the corn and the carrots. But over here, then, everything flies out through here. This is going to allow me to have a lot more going on in here, a lot more buffs on the storage chest, which I'm actually really excited for. But we need to make sure that this airport is sending things where they need to go. So first and foremost... anything can go up here, I would say, simply because this is only ever going to be requesting corn. This is only ever going to be requesting carrots. But actually, no, we need to make sure that the carrots are being processed properly. So, to that end, we are going to want 2 separate filters. This one will only allow corn through, save, and let's just make sure that I haven't... I already made this mistake earlier in the video. I'm not sure if anyone noticed, but for a very brief period of time, I wasn't selling any cucumbers because I just didn't... it was closed for cucumbers specifically. But there we go. So this is only open for these dishes. Notice that this button is there. I'm actually going to turn that one on because that's later on for any particular... dishes that I want to go through, and this is a temporary measure so I can force everything into the boss's mouth. But this will be open for corn. Corn just goes straight up there, and it shouldn't ever try to get mixed. This one, however, will be for carrots. Let's pop that one down there, and that one has to be there because the carrots have to go through an extra step, and that is to be diced or cut. So if all things go to plan, presently, where's the carrot? That was the carrot. I'm going to turn that route off because I want all carrots being used for this. We'll see if this works. Oh, they're slow. My sadness is immeasurable. However, let's hope that there's a lot of things being sent. Like, each plane can carry quite a few things. Okay, across an enormous map, this would be useful. But I am kind of glad that I'm sending everything down here. The normal way, then, I guess. But we're seeing everything going through. The carrots are being chopped up. It looks like it's working. And we should have our first bit of carrot puree being delivered. Okay, that is marvelous. The water is fine. The salt is fine. But the carrots take an absolute... Well, actually, no. They arrive really aggressively. Once they get there, they are there. Like, all of them all at once. But is that going to be fast enough for us or not? You know what? I don't think that is fast enough. I think there may be a little bit of a something that we could do to improve this, actually. Thinking about it, and it's something I'd briefly considered earlier. Let's move all these down just a wee bit. There we go. I'm going to move you up just a wee bit as well. And then I'm going to pause it here, break these connections, and we are going to pop down 2 specific chests. Since they're the only gubbins that I actively need, let's go ahead and set this up. So corn can go in there and then can feed on. Carrots can go in there and then feed on. That should mean that we will stockpile some resources at all times, ready to be passed onwards. This will give us a little bit of a constant production buffer. We will still be controlling whether those resources are going anywhere, and if they can't, if there's no kitchen requesting, they won't go through the cutting, they won't go through the boiling. Otherwise, we'd be seeing corn going up here into the mixing bowl constantly, but that isn't happening. So I think this would be a fairly secure system. Now, what I would like to do is continue expanding out how quickly I'm able to move product, so how frequently they try to send things down, and also in larger packages. Since the planes are quite a slow delivery method, let's try and maximize how much we put on each plane and how frequently we send them. Now, unfortunately, one thing I am noticing is that, sadly, it looks like the airport will only send... It's not sending simply to store, it's only sending if there is a specific request for that resource. And likewise, I'm actually noticing that some things are moving backwards. So, the one-way road would actually be ideal over here. Has that actually got storage? Yeah, it does. Okay, presently the system seems to be doing well. We are overproducing, but I did need to move these around a little bit because without the one-way road connection, I needed a filter on both sides, because either corn was going around and getting chopped up and then stored as carrot in the carrot chest, or carrots were going and getting chopped up and then boiled and stored in the corn chest. Either way, it wasn't ideal, and it was causing a little bit of unnecessary flights. But as you can see, pretty much my whole storage solution is absolutely chock-a-block. Let me get these done, because I believe this one finishes it. Yes, it does, and we managed to get the money from it too. Oh, well, happiest of days. Right, well, with that done, I do believe that may well be the end of the demo. I don't think we can do anything more at this point. We have completed, we've fought against 2 reasonably powerful bosses. Now, will they ever have need of these dishes is another concern, actually. And to that end, I wouldn't want to wrap this up without having set up all of the necessary automation properly. Come on, this me we're talking about. So I'm going to need to set up a little bit of something down here to also manage whether carrots are allowed to be produced. But because the carrots are being produced all the way up here, I'm going to need to do that in a bit of a different way. And this is an opportunity to illustrate that you don't need all of the logic to be in a single place. I'm going to need to shuffle some things up, make a little bit more room for myself, though. Give me a moment. Right, there we go. Now we can pop back in a dish sensor, and you know what, let's just shimmy these up just a little bit more. There we go. Right, what I would like from this, in fact, I'm going to just take that one out quickly, and then one of the nice things about this game is that you seem to get everything back whenever you produce something, so... or rather when you break something down. Now, what I would like this one to do is check if carrot puree is on the menu, and if it is, lock this down. Otherwise, you know, that's fine for things to go past. But we're also going to want to do exactly the same up here, and we can. We don't need to have only one place where this signal is being checked. So we will just make that for carrot puree, and if that is available, then that can unlock this. And currently we're not asking for carrot puree. All of these were already sent, so that answers that question. So they will continue to their destination if required. But since I'm not trying to make any carrot puree, that's not going through here. So we should be good with that. I would like to see this actually do its job one time before we wrap up the episode. So we're going to wait for some carrot puree to be requested. And yes, carrot puree. So carrots have been shut down. Carrot puree have been unlocked. Let's just make sure this is all going through correctly. We should see this very rapidly manufacture some carrot puree and then immediately go and sell it. There we go. Now I wonder if there is a price lock for those. I wonder if they too will occasionally need to be isolated. No, only veggies seem to have a price lock there. Maybe that is something that we would want to unlock the price checker for eventually, if there is something like that. Now, although this is the end of the demo here, just to give you a bit of an idea, I have been recording for 2 hours. There are lots of different ways that you would be able to optimize this setup, and in fact, you could just pick different islands, grow different crops, have different final dishes along with. But if this video has piqued your interest, if you think this would be a game that you'd like to check out for yourself, again, the demo is currently available on Steam, and a wish list goes a very, very long way. So if this does look like your cup of tea, then do consider to hit that button as well. And while you're down there getting the links for all of that, it would be appreciated if you would click on some of the lovely buttons below the video. But that is going to be it for me for today. I really do hope you enjoyed this video and will be joining me for the next. But until then, and as always, do take care, everyone.